Welcome to the Blackout Show, presented by the Guillen Grid, a show about the Chicago White Sox baseball, the good, the bad, the ugly. We'll debate what's working and what's not on the south side of Chicago. It's old school versus new school baseball. And most importantly, we're keeping all the receipts.
Yo, what is up, everybody? With me tonight, Jay is back with me, and it looks like we might be in the clear. I'm not gonna, say anything else.
Don't fucking jinx it, please.
Hopefully, Jay's with me tonight because I can't go by myself for another 50 minutes again. But we have a guest with us for the first time in our podcast history. Big Z, welcome to the Blackout Show. Big C.
Glad to be here.
Big C is the host of True Chicago Sports Podcast, as well as a member of the Tape Never Lies Network, lately doing production for them. Big Z, I've been a big fan of yours since you joined them. Welcome to the show.
I appreciate it, fellas. Glad to be here. This is historic. I've been watching a lot of the Guillen stuff since they were doing it in their little room, and to join you guys who've been doing a really good job of explaining White Sox baseball and giving that fan perspective raw and unedited. So really love what you guys are doing.
Appreciate that. Yeah, no, it's speaking of the Guillens, so Junior won't be with us tonight. It's Ebus's birthday, Mom's birthday. Family comes first. So tonight we won't have OJ, and it's actually Slavko's birthday too. So we got two family members in the house with birthdays to celebrate. So fortunately for me and Jay, we got Big Z tonight. So, and actually, Big Z, I appreciate you saying that because, again, we try to do our best with, providing not only baseball acumen, but sharing that, like, unfiltered side of the White Sox, organization, because I feel like as far as a fan production, we don't really get to hear too much of what's going on with the organization. So we do our best with our connections to kind of share the love. So appreciate you, Big Z.
Always.
Jay, I'll let you start off, Jay. You're going to start off last show before we lost you, so I'll let you begin.
I'm at the point to where, Gonzo, I need Tristian Peters in every White Sox lineup from today until the last day. If you would have asked me if Tristian Peters would have been one of those unsung heroes this year, as a guy that came from the Savannah Bananas, as a guy who was just cash considerations, I would have told you, hell no, stop it. Leave me alone. You're wasting my time. And now I wake up this morning, banana bonds, baby. Like, we're at the point, Big C, to where the White Sox are back to having average Joes be the focal point of their success. I've waited a long time for this, bro.
They are the average Joes. The little engine that could. They are literally the underdog story of the season in MLB. This guy's batting .282 with 12 home runs, 52 RBIs, and 101 hits. And 5 of those 12 have been in 1 week. That's insane. He's literally turned it off after having such a cold streak after the All-Star game. And like you said, he is in the lineup. And again, sometimes I disagree with Will Venable and the analytics department. They're like, oh, we're facing a lefty, so we can't have him on there. What the fuck, dude? I am one of the most, I love analytics, and it's great. It's a great tool to use. But sometimes the feel is the best fucking thing to do. You got the guy who's hot, and yesterday they were facing a lefty, like, whoa, we didn't know if Peters was going to play. He's hot. He's hot. You put him in the lineup, and he's been batting 7th and 8th and getting those numbers. Leave him in that slot where he's comfortable. where he's going to see way better pitches because they don't think he's that good of a player, right? You got Vargas batting first last night. I was like, what are we doing? He's not Ohtani. He's not Kyle Schwarber. Why are we doing that? For me, leave Antonacci at the top of the lineup, brothers. Leave him I call him the gargoyle because he's just there in the outfield, and he's not the best outfield, but he tries so fucking hard, man. So for me, some of that stuff doesn't make sense, but Tristian Peters has been such a great story, and I know you saw him during Players Weekend with his bat. Did you guys talk about that? He's got that. He had the banana bat, the Chiquita banana bat with his daughter. Exactly, man. Just playing it up. He knows where he's coming from, and I love that he shows respect for where he was at.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, I know you were looking sideways at Miguel Vargas leading off last night, but I think that's a part of the White Sox DNA. I'll give you a prime example. Colson Montgomery has had starts at third base this year. Sam Antonacci, left fielder normally, second base supposedly, and now he's coming off the bench to DH. Yeah. Like think about that. We're getting into the situation to where we're utilizing these athletes to the best of their ability. And I think Will Venable and Chris Getz, we got to give them credit, because stationary positional baseball is out the window right now. Because you got to if your talent can't move around the diamond, especially in the infancy of your competitive window, you won't know how versatile you are. You won't know what type of baseball players you have. I love the fact that Antonacci DH'd. You know why? Because if you're going to be a Swiss Army knife, you're going to have to be the corkscrew. You're going to have to be the bottle opener. You're going to have to be the knife, for lack of a better term. And we're learning that these guys can do that. Look at how many runs were created off of Miguel Vargas in the leadoff spot yesterday.
Yeah, you got a lot of runs because of it. You had Murakami, who's been in a slump, but he's getting on base by getting walked. So he's still seeing the ball well. He's just not making the greatest contact. So it did work out last night, but that's not who I want. I want him protecting Murakami because Murakami is not doing what he's supposed to be doing right now. He's very, very lackluster right now. Again, they worked out great, but for me, I need a table setter that's going to get on base and steal bases at the top of the lineup. I know we're seeing that across baseball where they're putting the best hitter to get the most at bats at the top of the lineup. I don't think we're there yet to have, we don't have a superstar where everyone's game playing against us. We have a collective of guys that you don't know which one is going to be showing up today and hitting 2 bombs or stealing 2 bases or making spectacular catches in the outfield, whatever it may be. We do have a whole drawer of guys that are Swiss Army knives. And then we have some guys that are just, stuck in their ways, like that they're going to play just a couple positions. Like Murakami can only DH and play first. Montgomery's playing third because at some point he might be moving there permanently when some of these shortstops that we have coming up pretty soon will be coming up.
You talking about all 8 of the shortstops? Like with Gonzo, your boy Caleb Bonnemer is getting reps in center field, and it's not by accident. No. It's Chris Getz getting ahead. He's putting a saw to the log jam.
Yep.
Which we're going to get to that in a little bit because I don't agree with that. But
oh my God.
Listen, I want to, before we even get to Venable and Chris Getz, the fact that Big Z, you brought up Tristian Peters. So for me, you even brought up Antonacci as well, which, the stats might say he's just an average guy. But when you look at from the, the baseball acumen side of this, that's a legit baseball player. This guy that's like an easy guy. That guy's going to grind every day and going to give you 110%. And you need those type of guys. And that's a guy that is versatile. You can play left field, second base, DH out of nowhere. So, and that you love DH, which not a lot of people like that role. But I'm going to get back to Tristian Peters because up until the White Sox trading for Doyle, that's a defensive asset for the outfield. But up until that point, it was really just Tristian Peters as the, defensive player to put out there for late game, defensive, versatility that you need. And we needed that because with Acuna, you weren't getting that anywhere on the diamond with Acuna. So when you have a guy like Tristian Peters, not only giving you that defensive side, but then he's like, what, a 3-war player now, Jay, with the bat?
Yeah.
And in particular with Tristian Peters that I want to highlight is, again, your biggest hitters being Vargas, Murakami, Colson Montgomery. Since the All-Star break, I would say Vargas had a 2-week cold stretch going on there. Murakami's going probably 3 weeks now, and Colson Montgomery is still in a funk as well. So you need someone to step up. And the two guys that I've seen step up lately is one, Tristian Peters, obviously with banana bonds, but two is Braden Montgomery. His OPS rose 100 points in the last 2 weeks. So when you're in a pennant race going down the stretch here, you're going to need some role players to take a step forward, and we're starting to see that.
I just want to say this because
yeah,
you fucking hit the nail on the head. You need role players to start taking a step in that direction. Gentlemen, congratulations, because you guys field the best second baseman in the American League in Chase Mydroff. I'm going to repeat that. Chase Mydroff is the best second baseman in the American League. He's going to win a Silver Slugger. He's going to win a Gold Glove. He's going to hoist American League Central Division. We don't win this division without Chase Mydroff taking that step. No matter who the Murakamis, no matter what the Miguel Vargas, no matter if Colson hits a fucking nuke once every 2 weeks, it does not matter if Chase Mydroff isn't in the lineup. I'm so proud of him because he has been the guy on the chopping block the last year and a half. How are you going to get rid of Chase Mydroff? Who are you going to replace Chase Mydroff with? He's not really one of the shortstops of the future. You're putting him at second. You're putting him at second base just to fill a spot. You know what I'm saying? And now he became one of the focal points of the offense. Like, he batted cleanup yesterday. My man Chase Mydroff, he's been stroking to the east. He's been stroking to the west. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm getting fired up in this moment.
No, it's great. I've loved Chase Mydroff since the moment we traded for him. I'm like, okay, this guy's he's one of those California dudes that just like he's like, whatever, bro. You know,
it looks like he's always high. Like, damn, you just smoked a blunt before batting practice, G. Like,
yeah. Always chewing the big league chew, just chewing, and I'm like, bro, are you like nervous or anything? He's like, nah, man, I'm just chilling, bro. Gonna hit some waves. You know, he's got that mentality, you know. And then he goes on the field and he's fucking diving all over the place, making fucking incredible plays, making the right play. And you're like, wow, I really like this dude. He is literally cementing himself at second base. I'm not worried about second base at all, right? You got Mooney at first, you got him at second, and then at short right now, we got Colson Montgomery. That's a great infield right now. Vargas is at third. He has completely stepped up. And on my show, I literally was like, man, this was the guy that was at the top of the step crying. Why am I here? This team is horrible. This organization is horrible. He came from the Dodgers, from a winning organization where they won a championship. And he's like, man, this team sucks and this, that. Now he's become one of the leaders, one of the guys that at the top of the step. He's over there being a translator for some of these guys. He's the focal point of these commercials, right? He is the face of the White Sox at the moment. And that infield looks pretty good. But if you look to the future, there's going to be a lot of movement in that infield. Give it a two years. You know, God forbid we don't have a season next year, right? Hopefully they can figure this out. These billionaires and millionaires arguing with each other. But hopefully, you know, if the plan is to move Montgomery to third, Vargas goes to first, Mooney is your DH. And then they can spell each other and rotate everybody based on matchups. That's great.
I'm not necessarily even moving Mooney to DH. I like his glove better than Vargas for a corner spot. So, I like what you're thinking, Big Z, because at the end of the day, and we're going to get to this shortly, but we got to keep Mooney. So, before we get to current White Sox talk, Big Z, I want to take a little stopgapper for a second. Because you began the show off saying what you like of our channel and this show specifically, but I want to know, since this is Senior's year with his retirement, and we've been asking this to several of our guests, but I want to hear your perspective. What does Ozzie Guillen Jr. What does Ozzie Guillen Sr.
He's not even here.
What does Ozzie Guillen mean to you?
Ozzie Guillen is probably one of the reasons I'm a White Sox fan. Definitely my first game was at Old Comiskey that last year. Got to see Ozzie play on the field. And literally, I fell in love with baseball. I mean, as a kid, I watched the Cubs because that's the only thing that was on Channel 9. The White Sox weren't really on over the air TV. So, but when I went into Old Comiskey, and I just fell in love with how it looked, and finally seeing what everyone was talking about, and got to see Ozzy playing the way he played. I'm like, man, dude, there's a Latino on the field. That's crazy. Coming up from not having representation. So definitely that was my first impression of that. And then as I got older, seeing him on a managerial side with the Marlins and I'm sorry, with Atlanta, and was able to see who he was and so forth. Then we get him. He's the manager of the White Sox. He's just unfiltered, doesn't give a fuck. Like, hey man, this is the way we're doing it. I'm going to talk to my players how I want to talk to them because I know how to handle them. And you just fall in love with that genuine personality that even though he's being a hard ass with you, he's being a hard ass because he loves you. Definitely one of those guys that I've met over the years multiple times at either signings or some of the events, or even on a personal level. I've met him a couple of times and had some conversations with him. He is just one of those big-hearted people, and will definitely give you a shirt off his back. I literally, my profile picture has been me and Ozzy since the retirement ceremony. I put it up there, and I have my gear on, and I have curly hair under here, and me and his hair was matching. And so when I saw him, he saw me. He's like, "Hey, we have matching hair." I'm like, "Yeah, you could be my dad if you." I don't know if you stepped out on your. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I've said that to Junior too. Junior knows this story, so yeah. Again, I've been to Junior's events with him too, and I talked with Junior, so I have permission to say the story. So yeah, definitely have that. Yeah, and I was literally looking. I have a bunch of old photos here. I think I'm gonna see if I can put this on the camera. This is an old school photo.
Oh
This
shit!
is. I think this was at a 312 event that they were doing in Chicago for beer tasting. And then I had another one prior to this, which was at Simone's bar where they were doing the show live, and I was one of the last questions on the panel, and I gave Guillen and Junior like a softball question, and at the end, Guillen's like, "You didn't have to do that." I'm like, "I'm not here to press you guys. You guys are here to put a presence out there and make yourself. I made you look good, so buy me a beer now." So I got a picture that day with Ozzy, and I took it. I took it to get signed, and he was like, "Oh shit, I remember this." So he signed that. So I have a lot of Ozzy memorabilia. My whole living room has like the trophy hoisting. I've got all the bobbleheads. I got a bunch of shit. But for me, Ozzy Guillen is the heart and soul of the White Sox.
Where were you at for the retirement day?
Retirement. I don't think did I sit in my seat? I'm trying to think where I was. I spent a lot of time in right field. But during the ceremony, I think I was on right field side. Yeah, right field side, about fifth row.
Okay.
So yeah, I got to see everything from there. So yeah, I had to be there. For me, I moved hell. I had to be there.
I was telling Gonzo and Soraya when after the ceremony when we met back on the concourse,
Yeah.
I was like, if you were standing next to me in the stands, you would have thought I was at a fucking funeral. The way I was crying, bro.
Yeah, I was literally going like this the entire time.
Bro, it was like not because like okay, we've never Ozzy has never written our name in the lineup. He has never asked us to come out the bullpen, Bobby Jinx style. Right.
Yep.
He's never asked us that, but we were there for those moments. And we have people in our immediate life that go about their business the same way Oswaldo Guillen does. That's what I literally seen my baseball coach in the stands and I gave him a hug because the same way he coached us is the same way Ozzy coached his guys. And we could feel the relativity. For example, I'm a nice guy when I play baseball. I'm chill, right? I've been asked to hit people on purpose. I don't like that, but I have to do it because it's coming from the top. It's not my decision at that point. I'm hitting you to stand up for my team. I'm hitting you because I'm getting direction from my leader. You know what I'm saying? Uh AJ Przinsky told a short story about DeMarco Marte on Foul Territory the other day. Did y'all hear that?
No, I
About
missed that.
how DeMarco I guess screwed over the team. He was being an asshole, and Ozzy threw his shit in the club, threw his shit out like, you're not on the team no more. And come to find out, long story short, they had a meeting to where DeMarco Marte had to apologize to everybody. Apologize to everybody on the team. It was like, it wasn't the whole team, but it was like all the big heads of the Chicago White Sox, the Przinskis, the Konerkos, all of those guys had to, Jermaine Dye, all of the big heads had to sit and watch DeMarco Marte literally grovel and ask for his job back because Ozzy felt disrespected personally. And you were not going to pitch another inning until this is rectified, right? The Chicago White Sox rectified the Ozzie Guillen experience, retiring his number. Do you know what that feels like for me? Paul Konerko is my favorite White Sox of all time. Period. It'll never change. Watching Ozzy's number 13 get retired next to my favorite player of all time? What? When I seen you define my fandom on the South Side, I got people that live in my neighborhood, like heads of the households, that remind me of Ozzie Guillen every day. Do you know how special that was for me to be alive? There's a lot of people, a lot of White Sox fans that wasn't alive to give Ozzie Guillen his roses on that day. That was one of the situations to where if you're a White Sox fan, you had to be there. Watching on TV, not enough. Hearing it on the radio, not enough. Social media, not enough. You have to have your ass in the stadium to see that. Bro, I was crying the whole way, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Paulie's speech, Paulie didn't want to get at the mic. Cool, I understand that. But Chuck Garfien, AJ Przinsky fucking dragged it out of me because I know for a fact where AJ was coming from as a man and most importantly as the catcher for those type of teams. Bro, man, I was in that motherfucker. I ran out of 2 boxes of Kleenex, bro.
Big Z, what was your, I guess, what did you take away the most out of that ceremony to you? What stood out to you?
It's one of those things, right? We follow these players. We follow, in this case, it's a coach that we fell in love with, but it's nice to give them their flowers while they're alive. So many times they wait until they're gone, until, oh, we had a disagreement with the organization and the player, and not till they're dead. They're like, oh, okay, we'll bury the hatchet now. No. This man has done everything for this organization. You want me to coach? Great. You want me to do spot presentations or be an ambassadors? Great, I'll do it. Oh, can we put you in the booth as a Spanish broadcaster? Absolutely, I'll do it. You want me in the booth now talking English? You know my English ain't good. We don't care. We want
the man speaks Guillen. Guillen is his own language, bro.
Get with it. And there's people that hate on it, like, oh, he sounds like he has a bunch of marbles. You know what? If you had to fucking speak Polish or German or Japanese, you'd be struggling too to learn it as a fucking adult. As simple as that. And right now, I'm gonna tell you right now, as the season goes, his English gets a lot better. But at the beginning of the season, because he spends most of his time in Venezuela when he's not here, it's like another getting back on the bike and understanding how to ride a bike again. But for me, like, dude, the man has done everything for this organization and done it right and done it in a classy way. Come on. You got to give him his flowers while he's here and how much he means to the city of Chicago, the team, and representation of having a Latino on air. A Latino that was the first one to win a White Sox championship, won Rookie of the Year, like Gold Glove. Come on, like the representation is there. You should parade him as, hey, this is one of our success stories, one of us. And he's never moved out of here. He's always lived here. He lived in Bucktown. He's lived, I know he lives wherever he lives. I'm not going to say it now. But you know what I'm saying? He's one of us. And you can identify and gravitate to this man, whether if you've ever played the sport or if you just started watching it and just liked watching it for the pregame and postgame. And sometimes in the last 3 years, that's the only highlight was the pregame and the postgame. I wouldn't even tune into the game because I'm like, it's going to be horrible. I'm going to watch the pregame and postgame though.
Yep.
Because they're one of the best broadcasters across the nation, I would put Adam Amin and the late Stacey King as that was my guy. Those are my guys that are entertaining. And then you put them side by side with Ozzie Guillen and Chuck Garfien. Chuck has been with the organization since what, 04? So he's homegrown and raised. Another person that's one of us. So obviously the Chicagoland and White Sox fandom is going to gravitate to guys who represent us. They know that Ozzie's unfiltered. They know that Chuck is a homer, born and raised in the area, and been following the team forever, and now works for the team. Has been working for the team for 22 years now. He is the face of White Sox broadcasting baseball. So for me, it means a lot.
I feel like everyone has heard Jay's and I's thoughts. So the fact we can get you in here with your connection to this team and your perspective to the Guillen, we appreciate.
Hell yeah.
Not only you sharing that, Big Z, but being us here, at least in this season, going through this year with everything that's gone down. So I don't think that ceremony, I think it was as perfect as it could be. And I just watched
players. Players that weren't with us. So that's one of the things. But other than that, it was a great ceremony. It's great that he's involving his family now into the organization, putting him in the limelight, saying, I did this because of them. They were my backbone, my supporting system, and they missed out. I missed out on seeing some of those birthdays and some of those celebrations because I was playing baseball. And now he's soaking it all up, and he's all about his grandkids, and he's always mentioning his grandkids and highlighting them. He's a proud grandpa. And again, it represents us. We're all about family. So it was great. So I know you guys have talked about it, but to get the platform to be able to tell me, to tell the fans how I feel about Ozzie, bro, it's ridiculous. People are like, dude, are you obsessed with Ozzie? I'm like, why? They're like, well, you have so much shit in your living room that's Ozzie related or White Sox related. I'm like, sorry, not sorry.
I think you wrapped it up perfectly, because my favorite part about that ceremony was, again, him emphasizing family. Because since I've come to know not only OJ, but Senior as well, that part in particular in the ceremony that hit me most, just because at this point, I know them to a point where I'm like, he's not just milking that. Like, that is legit him, especially with the grandkids. I loved every moment being there and seeing that. And thank you again, Big Z. Appreciate that.
Oh, man.
Let's wrap this up as we get into the news of the day, which came from John Hyman's show. And that is when they had Chris Getz on to talk about a potential Mooney extension. Let's listen to it.
Murakami has been, if not the best signing of the winter, certainly one of the best signings. If you could say briefly when you thought you had a chance, because I know you've said you really didn't think you had a shot at him for quite a while. When you thought you had a chance, and I mean, he's not only a great hitter, he's done decently at first base. I mean, walks a lot, home runs. He's been great, and he's very marketable. Yet you got him on a great deal. The other part of that question is, can you keep him long term? Are you going to try to do that?
Yeah, it really came down days out from when that posting window was closing. It was a good match. Very fortunate to bring him in here. We viewed it as just upside based on where we were sitting as an organization. He's been just a tremendous boost. I feel like the White Sox, the fans, certainly, the players, we've come alive. We have, and it was a huge help in doing that and bringing him in. So we felt like he was going to be able to be a decent first baseman. I think that's what he's provided, that type of production over there. He works his butt off. I mean, he's one of the hardest workers that I've seen and been around on both sides of the ball. Great teammate. Guys have just fallen in love with him. And I think he's really happy here, and we're happy to have him here. We would love to have him here long term. It seems that he has interest, and we do as well. We've had some conversations, but we'll just leave it at that. In the meantime, hopefully he can help us get this season to a finish line, and we feel really good about our 26th season.
Why is he glowing like that when he says we'll leave it at that? You seen he turned red like somebody called him cute. Like somebody just slid in Chris Getz DMs and he's turning red. What's up with that, Gonzo?
That reminds me of when Patrick Kane was signed and they were still talking about, or no, sorry. I think this is when they extended Connor Bedard and they were talking about potentially signing
Bring it in, Patrick Kane.
Patrick Kane, and he had a little glow to him. To me, this is that same thing because, and I'm going to leave this up to you guys, Jay and Big Z, but I think if you know, you don't feel good that you haven't started talks or you don't think you have the money, like Ishbia may not be ready to put, sign this guy to the contract he's probably going to get. He's probably moved at the trade deadline. So the fact that when I saw trade deadline passed, and obviously Mooney's here with us, I'm like, all right, I'm feeling better about an extension getting done. And then when this came out and I saw him glowing, just for Chris Getz to come out publicly and talk about this straight up and to have that glow at the end of it, I think it's closer than we anticipate. Now, before you guys answer my thoughts on that, I also want to throw in there, do you think going down the pennant race, should that news be out and done now or wait till the off season? I'll let you guys answer both. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jay. Logical first.
I mean, to be honest with you, I'm excited because we do have a real opportunity to extend it.
Jay, your mic is a little.
Your audio's cut up.
Yeah.
I'll jump in while he fixes that. Definitely, I think for right now, it shouldn't be a distraction. I think it's always going to be great news to say, hey, we're signing him long term. But for me right now, these boys need to be concentrated on every single game, pitch by pitch. You wait. I would say once they clinch, right? Let's say they clinch the AL Central. Next day, hey, we got more great news. Mooney's going to be here long term. Or you wait till the end of the, after the off season, when we hoist up the championship, the trophy. Hey, Mooney's coming back. He's going to be your mainstay at first and DH. He loves it here. We love him. You got to time it right. And if you're an NFL fan, you know how the NFL is prevalent just about every single day. There's NFL news, even in the offseason. Like they've literally taken over. So the White Sox are really good about their social media and how they present things, how they interact with fans. So I don't think that we're going to have a problem on how they present this, but they definitely should time it correctly.
No, I agree. And I didn't even think about, the emotions of it in the clubhouse, how that would go down the stretch. Because even if you think about it, Big Z, Mooney still has 1 year left on his deal. So it's not like he's too stressed out. I mean, I get the lockout is coming up, but regardless, with that 1 year left on it, he's going to get paid regardless. So I think for him, at least the talks are going down already. So he kind of has some relief that if he truly wants to be here, which I believe he does, that, it's going to get done. And I'm not sure, Big Z, if you caught on to this side of it from what we've talked about, but I mentioned that I really didn't know like where Ishbia was currently, because if he's trying to get a stadium project done, that's where a lot of his money is going towards. So I didn't know like when exactly this, Mooney thing would get done, because I don't know how much he's going to allocate for, the payroll and the stadium project.
Yeah, and again, obviously, you've got Ishbia with lots of irons in the fire, and to be honest with you, I think because he doesn't have controlling interest right now, I think he might be like, hey, you know what, this one's going to come out of pocket. I will put up the money to get this guy signed. All right, Jerry, make sure you don't trip over those cobwebs next to the wallet, but definitely you have to have Ishbia take a little bit more control of like, hey, I would like this on my team going forward. I know they're working on like the location for the new stadium. You want to own it. I mean, I know Jerry has that sweetheart deal. If you have under less than $3 million through the turnstiles, you don't pay any rent. Let's stop living like that. let's stop living. I want 4 million through the gate, 5 million through the gate, as many people as possible. I want that stadium packed every day, and I get it. Most of all those White Sox are like, oh, it's great because it's $5 and I can sit anywhere. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's great. But how about those 80 to 100 losses? How do you feel about that? I don't like that. So if I got to pay full ticket price to get my butt in there for a winning team, I'll definitely do it. So for me, if Ishbia says, you know what, I need more Kami, sign him for 4 years, maybe some a mutual option for a fifth. I don't know what the money would look like because he did sign 2 year, 34 minutes at 17 per mil. I don't know. I'm thinking 30 a year would be a nice round number. Something he would be happy with. I don't think you have to break the bank for Mooney because he wants to be here. Obviously, he's shown that he loves it here. He loves his teammates. And then I honestly, you can make that back in marketing so easily. The Dodgers did it with Shohei. As soon as they signed him for that 600 whatever million, they've made that within half a season. They made that money back with advertisements and whatever they do. White Sox, take a page out of that. But obviously you have like the Japan market. Okay, well, let them advertise as well. You got lots of space on that wall. I don't care about putting advertisements on the wall. If it brings more money to the White Sox so that we get a better product on the field, let's do it. Let's do it. What are you thinking, Gonzo?
I think when it comes to Jerry, I mean, Jerry's going down the stretch here on his side of things where it's going to be, Justin Ishbia. I mean, he's the one taking over. He's the one that's going to be, at the end of the day, leading the ship going forward as far as the payroll goes. So when it comes to Mooney, I do see him kind of upping the value a little bit just because of how much he missed out on this first contract. Because again, he went from $100 million was the rumor originally down to what it was for a 2 year, $34 million. So yep. I think you could see a 5 year, $35 million AAV around there. Something that's comparable to the Schwarber and Alonso deals. I think that's what it's going to take. And I really think Mooney is obviously going to be that first $100 million contract. I think it gets done. And we're going to talk about this in a little bit of how that affects things going forward. It's going to be interesting. And I'm glad, though, that if this does get wrapped up, which I think it will, I'm going to be relieved because, this is a big piece moving forward that we have, because we haven't had a power bat like this in a while. So the fact that we can get a premier value, and not only that, but I'll take it a step further. That's a good guy to have on your side to start talking with some of these guys coming from overseas. Exactly. When you need an arm right now, there's a guy named Hiroda Miyagi. He's a lefty. He's about 25 years old. Coming after the lockout's done, he's the lefty from Japan that's going to come over, and I want all in on that. As a guy that loves pitching, give me Miyagi, because we need pitching badly, and we can certainly use a Japanese player on the mound. Might take a year to truly get accustomed to the major league level, like a lot of the Japanese arms do take, but I'm all in, and I think that would fit the window going forward with his age, and truly is a hell of an arm to bring over if they can get it done.
Well, we need some arms. And the White Sox ways to get a lefty, right? All we have is lefties, power arms and stuff like that. But if we can get an actual pitcher, a guy that knows how to, work the strike zone, work the count, be able to actually pitch, not just throw, that's going to be a huge difference. And if you can get somebody from Japan,
fuck, bro.
Jay's having the hardest day of his life right now.
Oh man, poor Jay.
Yeah, poor Jay. But definitely, it's if they can open that floodgate and make themselves known as a safe place where Japanese players can land and feel at home, and you have that ambassador pretty much to say, hey, come on through. They'll treat you right. It's a great city. It's very cultured. Tons of great food. Tons of great places to live. Hey, if you open that up, it doesn't have to be LA or Seattle. or New York, right? Why not Chicago?
Right. I'm with you. Now let me see if I can get Jay added on and get Jay's thoughts on. See, his background was clear a second ago. I don't know what's going on. Oh well.
With that Boost Mobile.
Yeah. We'll get him back. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm curious to see what Mooney does, because it just feels like ever since he, got back from injury, it's taken him a bit to get back in the groove of things. So he does have 7 home runs, but I think the batting average was like 180 or something like that. Ever since he's gotten back. So the walks are still there though. He's working counts, he's getting on base. That's what we need down the stretch. So again, at the end of the day, I think that's a piece that we can build around. And clearly for me, that's a premium piece to have. So let's see if Jay, you there? Let's get your.
Can you hear me?
We got you.
Man, what the? I don't know. I just don't know what's going on, bro.
We made it back.
You're back. That's all that matters. Jay, you heard the sound bite. What's your thoughts on Mooney really quickly?
I need him the next 5 to 7 years in a White Sox uniform, period. No matter what you got to do. I need that to happen.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro.
What's that contract look like, Jay? Jay, what's that contract look like?
I said 5 for 35, Jay.
5 for 35?
Mm-hmm.
Let me get 7 for 210. 7 for 210.
More years.
Yep.
Yeah.
And not only that, because I don't really care about what is he, 26 right now. You sign him to his age 33 season. I'll slap another 5 years at the end of that, because I don't care how old the first baseman is. This is the American League. I had Miguel Cabrera have no knees in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, Gonzo. Murakami is a must-have, because we don't really develop slug. We don't really develop guys with his exceptional eye at the plate. Even with the strikeouts, I do not care. I need him hitting in the belly of my lineup for the rest of my days. Him and Miguel Vargas, I want them to have gray fucking hair by the time they're done in a White Sox uniform. And those guys use highlights. I think Miguel Vargas put some oil sheen in his hair, so it's gonna be a long time before they get some gray.
Get some soul glow.
Just let your soul glow. What you know about that, Big Z? What you know?
Dude, I'm 81, brother. 1981, brother.
My friends warned me about those 80s babies. I'm gonna let you know that now.
Hey man, we grew up analog. We were at the beginning of the internet, and now we're all very versed in this. It was a great time, man. Not a lot, no pictures of all the craziness we went through at the club or the bars or whatever. You went home when the lights went on, when the street lights came on. That's when you have to get your butt home.
Exactly.
It was a great place, a great time in history to live, man. It was great. I know some people live it through shows like Stranger Things and stuff like that.
No, sir. Or Welcome to Dairy. Welcome to Dairy. Is that what that is?
Well, yeah. Welcome Dairy is a little. I think it's a little more. Is that? I don't know. Is that what's the time space that's in? Is that like? I think it's more like.
Let's say like late 70s.
Yeah, it looks like that, right? Yeah, but the Stranger Things it takes place in the 80s, and that's.
Let me ask you guys. You think Murakami signing an extension opens up the pipeline a little bit more? International signing.
It should.
Absolutely, yeah. It sets the way. He becomes your ambassador, your
Exactly.
lightning rod for everyone to come in. It's like, hey, they're treating me right. Look how much they paid me on my extension. They're bringing me back. They got marketing around me. They love me here. The guys are great. I'm telling you, like it opens the floodgate for these guys to come in and being a destination for them. And I talked to Gonzo, and I said it doesn't have to be Seattle, LA, New York anymore. Why not Chicago?
So for the next 5 minutes, let's do a like and dislike of this team right now going down the stretch with the last month of baseball to come.
I'm a homer, so you're gonna hate all of my answers.
Jay, I'm gonna start off with you. We'll go Jay, Big Z, then me, and then we'll get to Will's Way after that.
All right, so I'm just gonna. The only dislike about this team is my manager Will Venable uses high leverage relievers as openers. I fucking despise that, and I love the idea of an opener, especially for this situation, because we're gonna have to eat innings. This is the dog days of summer. Our rotation is thin. You got Jose Urquidy out here working time and a half. Literally, he's getting untaxed overtime, Gonzo, because my rotation is so thin. Do not use Brian Hudson as an opener. I don't give a fuck if Sean Newcomb has starting. He's been a starter before. I don't care. He's the most valuable arm in my fucking bullpen. Do not start a game off with him. The Major League Baseball, Rob Manfred's league, the game is won from the 4th through the 7th inning. If you can control that, you give leverage to your high leverage relievers. 7th, 8th, 9th inning, it doesn't matter if you got the lead. If you get insurance runs and you get a quality start from your starter. We're not getting many quality starts. We just watched our best starter walk 8 Rangers in 3 innings. 100 pitches in 3 innings, Gonzo. That's 30 fucking pitches an inning. We do need help. Stop using my high leverage guys to open up a game. That's all. That's all I'm going to say. Because how come Trevor Richards can't open up a fucking game? How come that fucking ogre Huascar Brazoban open up a game? Why can't he open up a game? Why does he have to pitch in the 6th, 7th, and 8th all the time and walk the bases loaded, fake an injury, come out the game? Why?
Do you not like Brazoban? You know what? We'll save that for a different time.
I do like Brazoban. Not lately as much, but he could open up a game too.
Big Z, let's hear it from you.
Brother, there's I mean, I don't want to be a fucking Debbie Downer, but let's keep it real, right?
Oh boy.
I know I'm telling the truth, man. And again, I'm a more of a little bit of a traditionalist when it comes to the fucking lineup, man. I need that speed at the top. I need those power hitters in the middle. And I get it, the analytics of saying this and that. But the biggest thing, and again, everyone in MLB is like, oh, he struggles against lefties. Well, if the fucking guy doesn't get a chance to hit against lefties, how you expect him to get better? Look at what was it? Our outfielder and our first baseman, right fielder that left. One went to San Diego, and the other one went to the Braves.
Gavin Sheets.
Yeah,
Gavin Sheets. Can't hit the lefties. Fucking started hitting bombs over there. Like, if they don't get the experience, how are they supposed to get better? Now, again, we were not supposed to be in this position that we're at. This was supposed to be a growth year. Hey, we lost 100 games. Let's try to win 70 games, maybe 80 games. Let's see how it goes. We are on top of the division. We need to put guys in positions to win. Stop moving guys a lot like this. For me, when I played and it wasn't at a high level, I love the comfort of being like, all right, I'm going to hit between 3 and 5, 3 and 6 in that middle of the lineup, right? If I was like, oh, you're batting 9th today? Did I piss you off? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? I didn't touch your wife. It wasn't me. Let me stay in my lane. So, I'm more of a routine kind of guy, and I know pitchers are like that. Pitchers are very routine, and this entire pitching staff has been less than routine. Sean Newcomb, like you mentioned, Jay, has been the anchor. He started, he's closed, he's middle relieved. He's done everything for this organization. Urquidy, we got him after a shift at Costco. Come on over, bro. Can you still pitch? He's had one good outing, one bad outing. Grant Taylor, are you the closer? Are you not the closer? What are we doing here? What is going on? Oh, you're starting today. Oh, you're closing today. Oh, today you're pitching the 7th. Like, I understand we played 16 games in 16 days. Today's our first day off, and then we go again starting tomorrow. But fuck, man. There's a lot of these movements that I don't like because you're going to burn out your rotation. there's your bullpen rotation. Fucking Fetty. Fetty's a coin toss.
Hey, Fetty been decent this year.
He's had some clunkers that some of them have not been his fault. You know, he's coming into the second and third inning and the bases are fucking loaded because a guy, you know, couldn't get out of the third inning with under 100 pitches.
He was falling apart when he was in the rotation, and then they saved him when he went to the bullpen. So, yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah. All these older pitchers that we have, again, these are not going to be the rotation we're going to have going forward. Fetty will not be here for the long run. Castillo will not be here for the long run. Anthony K has been even the entire year. No one's talking about Anthony K. He has been steady.
They wanted to DFA my boy in April, Big Z.
No, he's been steady the entire fucking year. Look what he's done. He's literally been steady. Again, sometimes he doesn't get run support, and he's giving up 3 runs. Okay, we should be scoring more than 3 runs. Let's go, boys. Okay. Let's see. Anybody else here? Doyle, I think, has been a great defensive guy. He put some pop into his bat lately. But I want to see these young flamethrowers from AAA coming up.
Oh, you know what, Gonzo? I got fucking hit with a hurricane last week where I couldn't get into this. Why the fuck haven't Tanner McDougal get more meaningful innings? He has a fucking bazooka hanging off the right side of his body. A literal bazooka. I guarantee you Iran has called him to see if they could borrow some of the fucking missiles he's been throwing. I'm not going to lie. But he only gets a cup of coffee. We got all these fucking Italians and they couldn't even give him no espresso. It's just a fucking 6 cream, 6 sugars. See you at work. Like, come on, bro. What are we doing here?
I was pissed that they sent him and Schultz down together. I might touch on that in a little bit later here, but
that's what she said.
Yeah. My likes, dislikes. My dislikes, Getz doing absolutely nothing at the trade deadline for pitching. When you know you need big outs down the stretch in a rotation that's falling apart. What the fuck are we doing? All right, I'm just gonna leave it at that, and I'll get on that in a little bit here.
He told you he didn't want to curse, Big Z.
My likes.
Every time we curse, I'm like, well, he's gonna hear it from me.
I heard Big Z lay it down, so I had to jump in there.
Yeah.
One of my likes that lately I've been thinking about, and it's sticking out to me. I hated it in the moment of Will Venable throwing out Hagen Smith in a high pressure, high leverage situation against PCA in the 9th. However, my one takeaway out of this is, and this is the only thing I can give him like an excusal from, is he testing the rookie in a high leverage situation, thinking for October, thinking we're in the perfect environment right now to test this. I've seen all.
Yeah, I kind of thought that was the case because I was there at the ballpark, and I'm like, first base is wide open. You could have sent him to first base and not pitched to him. And yeah, I feel like Will Venable's like, let's see what the kid has. Let's see how he performs in the highest of the highest pressure cooker situations, because we're gonna do that in the playoffs, and I'm gonna need you to have that steel mind that I'm trying to go get this motherfucker out. I don't care what's on the back of your jersey. I'm coming after you. And again, PCA is probably going to win the NL MVP. He's carried that team throughout the year. So do I feel bad that he gave it the home run? Yeah, because we lost the game. But at the same time, you lost a matchup to one of the greatest hitters on the other team.
And not to mention PCA, even though he is literally at the top of the list when you talk about National League MVP, he's going to lead the Cubs in strikeouts by a wide margin. So if I got a situation to where I got Hagen Smith, who's literally, he's given up nothing, nada, zilch. I want him pitching to him. Now you can ask him to pitch around, but you're asking a guy who just got into the league to pitch around one of the best hitters in the sport. No, attack him. If you get burnt, you get beat. At the end of the day, if you execute your pitches, maybe it's a different outcome.
I'll say this. I think that the in-game decision was inexcusable, but I bring this up as my because he's thinking big picture. He's testing him now. He's setting him up when it truly matters down the stretch. That's what I like because, again, this guy was our 5th selection in the first round, Higgins Smith. So we're going to need him down the stretch. Outside of Grant Taylor and that bullpen and high leverage, I need a guy like that caliber ready for that moment. And if that means giving up a horrible in-game decision in the regular season, so be it. If we're looking at the postseason, I'm all for it because I saw Tony La Russa in April pitch Liam Hendricks back-to-back 8th, 9th innings early in the season, and he was prepping Liam Hendricks for down the stretch. People want to give Tony shit for that, but that's Hall of Fame manager setting a role early for his guy for down the stretch. And I haven't seen again.
I was mad at TLR.
Big Z, you brought up what are we doing with Grant Taylor? He's not given that role to this point. So if Will Venable is giving a role to this rookie right now, I'm all for it because I need a role given instead of going this analytical committee bullshit.
Yeah, agreed. That it's gonna bite you in the ass. And let's be honest, we're not too far from losing this division if we don't play above 500 ball. You're looking at the standings right now. You are 70-63. You're 5-5 in your last 10, and you have a 2.5 game lead with the day off today. The Guardians have been super hot. 2.5 games. That is a series.
I don't understand how the Guardians are winning it. You know what? Since they lost the World Series to the Cubs, they're still the Indians. You could cancel me. I don't care. I don't understand how the Indians are winning these games. They've played like dog shit. They've literally played like dog shit, and they pulled out these wins. I don't know how. I can't fucking fathom it. Like the game yesterday against the Angels. Oh, bro, that broke my heart, Big Z.
That was a revenge game because you had Joe Adele that got traded to the Guardians,
and he's hitting like 900 in a Guardians uniform, bro.
Yeah, because I mean, he started the season robbing 3 home runs at the beginning of the season.
Yes,
he had a great season to start off with, and then the team just went to shit. So
he's literally had an OPS of like 683 for 3 months straight, bro. He goes to Cleveland, and now he's like LeBron. He's literally LeBron.
He has a chalk routine. That'd be great if he did that, right?
Jay, the moment has come. This is the moment of the show you're not looking forward to. I've been teasing you all day, and the time has come.
No, please.
The most important thing is to just set really clear expectations for our group and how we're going to go about our day and the things that we're going to do to build a foundation to be the kind of team we want to be. But it's also about cultivating a winning culture and being passionate about coming to work every day and creating a positive environment where people know that we're going to face some tough times like everyone does across the league, but at the end of the day, we're going to do all the things that we need to do to go out there and compete and play hard, holding each other accountable to things that you've set expectations for. But get ready, because we're going to go out there and play good baseball. It's going to be exciting. We hope to see you out in the field.
All right, Jay. I love that clip. But Jay, we're gonna, cast off Big Z momentarily here. I want Big Z to lead us off in this discussion. Awesome. The question I posed is, do you believe in Venable or Getz going forward? You can answer that both or however you wish. Big Z's gonna go first.
Yeah.
Jay and I will follow, and then once we're done, wrap this up, we will cast off Big Z. So go ahead, take it away.
To be honest with you, when Chris Getz was named the GM, I was like the guy who hasn't done anything with a player development title. But then when you zoom out and you look at what Rick Hahn and Kenny Williams gave him, it was a lot of chicken shit that he had to make in chicken salad. And obviously when he got the job, he knows who Jerry is. He knows Jerry's frugal with his he treats nickels like manholes, right? He doesn't want to give any money up. So knowing that you're not going to sign a splash player, a big player, big money player, he's like, you know what? We're just going to rehab the entire organization and how we look, how we draft, how we scout. Jerry, it's going to cost you a lot less to do this. So he hires Bannister and the rest of those gang from different organizations to give you a different perspective. Guys who've rebuilt the Royals and the Arizona Diamondbacks, those guys came and said, you know what? This is antiquated. We need to update everything. And we have to change the way our thinking. And Chris Getz has done such a great job. He's going to win the GM of the year. The what is it? Executive award.
Yeah, executive of the year.
He is going to win that by how much he's turned this season around with what he has. Now, this is his first full year of at the helm, in my opinion. Then you hire a manager in Will Venable, a guy who was under Bruce Bochy, who was under Texas umbrella and learning how to win. Now, Texas does spend more money than the White Sox, but they do develop well. They do trade well. Will Venable is like, no, I don't want to go to that team. I don't want to go to New York. No, I don't want to go over there. You know what? The White Sox, that looks pretty good. New GM. GM's going to aligned with what I'm doing because he was a grinder. I'm a grinder. We'll get some grinders in here. We'll get some. These boys can play, right? All the entire 90s and early 2000s theme of the White Sox. You take a Will Venable that is not too far removed for the game, has some managerial experiences, has been under the umbrella of great management. And he comes in here and he's like, all right, Miguel Vargas, you're the third baseman of the future. It is your job to lose. No more crying at the top step. No more batting 100. It is up to you to either produce or we'll give that position to somewhere else. And what did Miguel Vargas do this year? He has showed out. All right, Colson, you're up. This is your position to lose. You can't hit? All right. Take his ass to Arizona. Send him over there. Take away his phone, his iPad. He's on timeout. All he can do is think, drink, eat, and shit baseball. That is all you're doing, kid. All right. Oh, we traded. Oh, we got Chase. Love that kid. Love that kid. That's like an Aaron Rowan at second base. He will run through a wall for you. Boom. Oh, Murakami. He fell in our lap. Look at this. For how much? 17 mil? Jerry.
Run it.
Jerry, we got him for 17. Fucking Constanza could have signed him for 17 million. My biggest thing at the beginning of the season was this outfield is going to be suspect. It has been the complete opposite. These guys have all shown out. Whether it's Tristian Peters, Brandon Doyle, who's been an addition, Antonacci changing positions. And then you bring up the kid Montgomery, who's been playing just about every day.
Yep.
Those two gentlemen have done such a phenomenal job. It would be a disgrace to baseball if they don't win executive and manager of the year. The way they've turned around this shithole of an organization of losing 100 games, and it wasn't by design. Okay, you weren't the Astros or the Cubs who said, "Hey, we're carrying it down to the studs. We're going to rebuild, and in a couple of years, we're going to win." No, they were just shit. It was a shit organization from top to bottom, and it showed. And now we have nice things, and I don't want to fuck it up.
Jay, go ahead.
Big Z, we lived in a world to where we asked ourselves, why can't we have nice things? Why can't we have nice things? Let's just talk about Braden Montgomery right now, a sub-7 OPS. But if you're looking at the at-bats, if you watch him go about his work, I see a kid that has his sword and his shield and he's ready to battle. If you look at his right-handed throwing arm in right field, good God.
Mm-hmm.
Who was that poor sap he throwed out at Wrigley? Oh man. Like, first of all, if you're the third base coach, why are you telling him to go from medium deep depth from the strongest throwing arm in our organization? Number one. Number two, Talking about Miguel Vargas, who I'm just going to say it because there's a lot of people that believe Junior Caminero is the best third baseman in the game. Overall, Miguel Vargas is the best baseball player at third base in Major League Baseball. He's going to score 100 runs. He's probably going to drive in 100. He's going to steal 20 bags and he's going to hit 30 home runs while playing average to above average defense. What more do you want out of a player at that position? Yes, I do have utmost confidence in Chris Getz and Will Venable. I'm going to tell you why. Will Venable, when he was with the San Diego Padres, he had to fill in for a lot of guys that was hurt. He was the fourth outfielder that got exponential at bats filling in, and he had to play every role off the bench, defensive replacement. I had to hit cleanup on the Sunday lineups. You know, in baseball, when them Sunday lineups, they get real weird. You know what I'm saying? Or
the getaway game.
What was that? What was that? Yesterday's Wednesday lineup with my draft batting cleanup. You know, we've been in those situations. Will Venable knows how to handle baseball players because he is, unlike Pedro Gafal, in fact, a baseball player.
Oh, never heard of him.
Chris fucking Getz. I mean, everybody talked about
Cuban Caillou.
Yeah, the Cuban Caillou. I don't know who called him that. Don't.
Wow.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. That was one of my first things that I said on this show was this man fucking Pedro Grifol is the Cuban Caillou, bro. And we got fast forward to what, a year and a half, 2 years later, we got Will Venable to the point to where he wasn't my pick, and everybody on the Blackout knows he was not my pick to manage this baseball team. I wanted Phil Nevin because I seen Phil Nevin, the hitter. I seen Phil Nevin, the baseball guy, aggressive guy, a rigid guy. But when you're developing a team, you need somebody to be relatable. Will Venable is relatable. So when you in the dog days of summer in August, and I'm in a fucking 5 for 36 slump. Who can I go talk to see what am I doing wrong? Do I need to do anything different? Do I need to change course? Is this okay? You go to Will Venable, a normal guy who's going to be honest with you, not going to fucking berate you for no reason. Like, yes, Gonzo. And you want to talk about the killer bees, Barfield, Bannister, Bove. This is the staff that we've created to the point to where Pedro Grifol wanted to be the smartest guy in the room. Will Venable made sure he was never, ever the smartest guy in the room so he could be receptive to other people's opinion and even disagreements, because I'm pretty sure people disagree with some decisions that he's made. But at the end of the day, it's always going to be a discussion. I love it. This was not my guy that I handpicked, Will Venable or Chris Getz, to be my GM. But at the end of the day, am I happier than I was before they came? Absolutely. I hit the lottery as a White Sox fan because the team is doing better than what I expected, even going in a different direction than I wanted them to go.
And I'll tell you why you feel that way, because you've been burned. You've been burned so many times when they bring these former players in to take on roles. Kenny Williams was a shitty player, and he lucked out. He lucked out in getting Ozzie Guillen as his manager, who literally said, "I don't need this power hitter, El Caballo. I need speed. I need Aaron Rowan playing center." What do you mean? He can't hit a lick of shit, but he can get every fucking ball out there.
Exactly.
And when that relationship went sour and Kenny started doing his own moves and going back to, let me go get Ken Griffey Jr., let me go get Jim Thome. I know Jim Thome was great for us, but at the cost of some defense. Again, that's where you've been burned. When they hired Robin Ventura to be your manager, who had never managed before. This is why you're burned. This is why you feel that way as a White Sox fan. You're like, oh, Chris Getz? Ugh. We can't get anybody from Tampa? What was her name?
Right.
Was it Ning or Ming? She was the executive.
Yeah, at the Marlins too.
Miami,
Marlins, yeah. You couldn't go get her? She wanted the job. I think she had worked for the White Sox at one point in some capacity.
She did.
You could have got her and then go pillage somebody from Tampa Bay, go pillage somebody from the Dodgers. You get people from different organizations that have done it correctly, have built organizations, and you take the Marlins and Tampa, who are like the White Sox, don't spend any money, but they develop kids year after year and are in the playoffs. Look at Tampa. They're always in the playoffs with
nobody.
Well,
nobody, bro.
We took their international director.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's what you have to do. You got to identify people from other organizations and say, hey, you know, I got a position that's higher. Going to give you more leeway, more clout, more responsibility. I'm doing it for us. Start pillaging people that are good at their jobs and put them into this organization. That way we have an organization that's always turning out good talent. And then we're logjammed with talent. Guess what? Now we can trade that talent for something that we need today, which may be a starting arm, a DH.
And I know Gonzo is going to fucking frown and he's going to make a face and say he disagrees. But I got news for you. Caleb Bonham is a baseball player because this team is ran by baseball players. So, yeah, he's going to play a lot of fucking center field. A shit ton.
There's nowhere else to play him.
So I'm going to start this off.
That deep ass breath, like, oh shit.
Sound like he's like Thanos or Galactus or somebody.
No, I was just about to. I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, I don't want to keep Big Z from that much longer for me to go on a crazy ass rant. And he could have, just on Big Z's whole perspective, I could have gone in so many different directions to begin this rant. But if we're going to start off with Bonham, I mean, he was developing this organization at third base for the last year. For the last year.
Okay.
If you're going to say, you know, which I think the best defensive player should play the position. So I believe Bonham is a better glove than Vargas. So I would put Bonham at third. Vargas, we're going to play you at the other corner. You're going to split with Murakami, first base and DH. But if you're going to say, Vargas, you're like the pillar of this organization, we're not going to move you at all, so be it. Bonham, I'm going to put you at second base. I'm still keeping you in the infield. Sorry, Mydroth. I mean, his bat doesn't play as much as we wish to believe it does. I think he is a superb utility guy at the end of the day, and that's where I think he's going to be. I'm going to digress there from a whole Bonham rant. But Big Z, two big things that you said there. Chris Getz took away international guy. I think he was their assistant GM actually in the Tampa Bay organization. Now he's our international director. And then our assistant GM came from the Arizona Diamondbacks, Josh Barfield. So I like how, so let me just say this. Chris Getz has two hats on right now. He's our GM and vice president, right? One is in charge of the structure of the organization. The other is the baseball operations side of it.
Right. And
saying that, I agree. And he did a great job because before this, all of the White Sox organization was structured eternal only. And it's been that way for decades. So Jerry sat down with Chris Getz, and this is documented. He said, I want you to take a look at modern baseball and structure it how you want to, but play with the advantages of the game right now. And that's what Chris Getz did. He went outside the organization, bought a bunch of it together, doubled the size of analytic department. He did it all together. Fantastic, right? I do agree with you, Big Z. You probably should look at the Dodgers and the Milwaukee Brewers because those are the two best organizations right now in baseball. Tampa's in there as well. I would include them as well for a top three. Let's just say that for the sake of the conversation.
I would throw the Marlins in there because how many times have they got to contention and then torn it all down just to have great players all over again?
But they haven't done anything in the last 15 years.
It's hard.
So, how many of their pitchers were traded away in the last 3 seasons?
That's fair, but position players.
Oh, wait, Gonzo, and I'm not going to lie. Let me ask you a question. Yeah. Would the Marlins be in better position if Jose Fernandez was alive?
Well, you need more than one arm.
I asked you a yes or no question. Knowing what you know now about the Marlins organization, would they be in better position with Jose Fernandez alive?
No, because they had no position players. They actually traded them all away. You had Caminero in there and several others that they traded away. So again, you got to keep those pieces. Again, that's their assessment of those guys that earlier in their career, in their semi-pro careers, and they trade them away. The great organizations don't do that. So
you make me sick. I swear to God.
to get back to the question, who do I believe going forward? To this point, I believe, again, I think Big Z said it best. We're a step forward right now. I thought they were going to win 72 games, and I never would have believed that they would be pushing probably 80s with the projections right now. A month of baseball left with competing for a division. Never thought that. So with where they're at right now, if you do win a division, you know, Will's getting Venable. Will Venable is getting manager of the year.
Getting Venable.
Chris Getz is getting executive of the year. Now going forward is the question. From what they have done to this point, I think that award of executive of the year should go to Chris Getz's amateur scouting department. That should not go to him.
Are you
now going towards Will Venable? With what Will Venable has had on the table as far as resources to work with in this organization, he's doing an outstanding job. Do I believe, I don't 100% agree with them with a lot of in-game decisions with that bullpen usage as of lately. However, this team's still six games above 500 right now in first place in the division. Seven. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for the correction. 7 games above 500 right now, leading the division, 2.5 games up on the division. I believe in Will Venable going forward. Chris Getz has a lot to prove to me. Now, up until the trade deadline, I was like, all right, I was teeter-tottering with them because I'm like, I like where this is going. But then it hit me, the trade deadline. Big Z, you should have a reason of going into trade deadline. You should look at where things are right now. And I'll give him credit to this. He was playing conservative. His whole thing is continued development. That was the principle of the offseason. And I love that he said it. However, he hasn't stuck to that going into the deadline and after the deadline. So with where things are at right now, I should say, let's go back to the trade deadline, because I told you, Jay, I'm expecting one aggressive piece that you can put into that core that's going to help not only this season, but going forward. And I believe it's up to Chris Getz to assess his roster and make that move. He didn't. Where shouldn't have been, Jay, I think it's plain as day. Need pitching. We didn't get that, right? After the trade deadline, again, you demoted your biggest. I think he's got the highest ceiling in the pitching staff, and Noah Schultz, a kid that they were talking about his walk issues going into July. 3 of the last 4 starts, he didn't allow a walk. Had one of his best performances on the road in Tropicana.
But the whip didn't go down, Gonzo. He's allowed a lot of contact.
Regardless of the whip not going down, you got to build that going down the stretch. And you're just going to demote that. And then again, you brought up with McDougal. I wanted him to piggyback with Noah down the stretch, developing these pitching. Because to this point, I give him all the credit with Ryan Fuller with the hitting coordinator. But what's going on the other side of that? Who the hell is Brian Bannister? I can't stand his philosophy right now. Who's Bovey? I've never heard a thing of Bovey. I've got huge questions on the pitching side. We brought up about a Murakami extension. If you can't develop pitching, go look at the trade or go look at the free agent market on how much arms cost. If you can't develop it, that's going to affect your extensions to your position players that thankfully we're able to develop. But are we going to be able to pay 2, 3 of them? Are we going to pay if you get the Murakami done and you need at least 2 pitching arms at the free agent price? Are we going to afford Chalowski? Are we going to afford Bonheimer? These are huge questions. And right now,
that don't need to be answered right now.
Oh, it's coming soon after the lockdown. It's coming soon, Jay. So if he's having a tough time answering that question, I'm having a tough time believing what they're going to do because you're already trying to move Bonham to center field. You don't know where things are headed, with if they're going to pay these guys or not. And I'm
Whoa.
listen, I'm thinking long term here, right? But I'm answering the question of what it is. Do I believe in him going forward? I let me just answer this, Jay. I would be right now telling you I feel comfortable in Chris Getz if I saw at least one creative move at the trade deadline, and I didn't get that.
Yeah, I feel like he didn't want to give up his top prospects. He's literally like you say, he's very conservative. Again, this was not the year we were supposed to be competing in.
But you don't know when you're going to get again, Big Z.
You don't know. And again, we started playing with house money, and now we're a contender. So I get what you're saying. You should have gotten a bigger arm, but at what price? At Tatis price?
I mean, honestly,
At Tatis price?
Looking at our farm system, I don't care if you give 2 top 10 position players or 2 top 10 talents away in your farm system right now. But if it's not Schalowski or Bonham, I'm all for it.
So you would trade Hagen Smith?
Yes.
You haven't seen what he can do yet. I mean, like, I know he's made some moves. I mean, obviously the Crochet move looks phenomenal right now because he hasn't pitched, and we got a bunch back.
And don't forget, you also, if you're Chris Getz, you passed on Connor Griffin and JJ Weatherholt.
When's the last time you seen Connor Griffin swing a bat?
Connor Griffin, JJ Weatherholt, you pass on that for Hagen Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, you traded Dylan Cease. By the way, you traded Dylan Cease, and the headliner was a 2-pitch pitcher.
Let me ask you, who has a higher OPS, Chase Mydroff or JJ Weatherholt, off the top of your head?
I actually don't know off the top of my head.
You fucking asshole. Mydroff has a higher OPS than Weatherholt, while being only 2 years older than him at the ripe old age of 25.
Who has more homers and more base hits?
Yeah,
more extra base hits.
He doesn't have more base hits.
Who has a better glove?
Mydroff. Mydroff's going to win a Gold Glove. JJ Weatherholt will not.
How do you say that when he's got the higher WAR? And that's
because of the slug and the stolen bases. If Weatherholt will not win a
choose Mydroff over JJ Weatherholt going forward
for the price.
What do you mean for the price?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I already got Mydroff in house. I still have to develop JJ Weatherholt.
You got to develop both of them.
Yeah, and I'm seeing the fruits of developing Mydroff.
What fruits is that?
I'm in first place, and he's going to win a Gold Glove and a Silver Slugger at his position. Weatherholt will not. Weatherholt will not.
Sounds like you guys should make a sandwich bet right there.
Nah, don't do this. Don't do this. We talked about gambling before the show. Don't do this. No, Gonzo, I love Weatherholt. I love him. But at the end of the day,
you don't choose Mydroff over JJ Weatherholt.
Okay, but at the same time, I could choose Hagen Smith over Weatherholt.
I wouldn't even do that either. Clearly.
Hagen Smith has made one bad pitch in a month. I wouldn't even say it's a bad pitch.
Because at the end of the day, all Hagen has showed us is he's a relief pitcher. He hasn't proven anything as a starter pitcher, what he was drafted to be.
Is the book closed on him being a starter?
No.
That's the minors. That's not
the book. The book is closed on JJ Weatherholt being a shortstop. He's relegated to second base forever.
He's right up the middle of the diamond, one of the most important pieces of the diamond.
The pitcher is in the middle. The pitcher is in the middle of the diamond.
By the way, Connor Griffin was my pick. So you can have this.
Hasn't swung a bat. Connor Griffin hasn't swung a bat in the major leagues.
He's going to be back. He's going to be back next week.
Okay, sure, dude.
I'm going to take Connor Griffin down the stretch. I don't know about you, Jay.
Mydroff has a higher OPS than him too, by the way.
That will last how long?
As long as Connor Griffin plays baseball.
We got 30 days.
Tweet that.
I'll tweet. You know what? Because I'm
Tweet
on to all of our fucking
Tweet
listeners
that,
and
and
whoever is viewing.
I'm
I'm
gonna
on my
bookmark
fucking
it.
phone right now. As soon as Gonzo hit end on this bitch, I'm tweeting out my draft will have a better OPS than Connor Griffin going forward.
Big Z heard it too, so I'm
Yeah.
bookmarking it.
Yeah.
All the 22 home runs from Connor Griffin is only going to yield a 747 OPS when you factor in all the strikeouts, which aren't going away.
All right, I've held up Big Z way too much than I anticipated this to go. So, Big Z, for our listeners, give them a heads up of, again, not only where you're at, but you got anything coming up as well.
Yeah, so definitely Mondays is our big show, True Chicago Sports Fans podcast. It's kind of a recap and a look forward of your sports week. So we'll recap what happened over the weekend and then look forward to what's going on. We cover all the sports. So you're talking about baseball, football, basketball, and hockey. So I love hockey. I'm not that big of a puck head. I said puck. If it's anything big coming up, we also cover like the Fire, or if anything big happens with the Sky, we'll cover that as well. But look, man, just go ahead and check us out. Have fun with us and chat just like we do on this show. And then I'm also on Keeping It 100 on TTNL on Wednesdays. And right now, I don't have anything planned. I just started working again. I'm a teacher by trade, so I am exhausted right now because I'm not.
Welcome back.
Yeah, fuck that. It's from having 2.5 months of silence and being at home to like every 6 seconds someone asking me a question. It's like I'm just an overload. Just like I just need to be alone right now. I don't want to be talking to no little kid, man. It's been bad. But yeah, check us out on True Chicago Sports Fans, a podcast. That's on Mondays on YouTube. And I usually flip the episode right away. So it'll be on all the streaming platforms. So check us out. Boys, I'd love to come back, have some fun with you guys. This has been awesome, a privilege. And
been great, actually.
White Sox with you guys.
Big Z, we'd love to have you. We're definitely going to have you on, and you can hear more ridiculous J takes down the
street.
Wow. But
that's fire.
For what it's worth, that sentiment of the amateur scouting department saved Chris Getz's ass. I can't take fully credit of that because I got that from a former GM. So that's what I'm going to leave it at that. So credit to that guy, because again, I'm not going to take full credit in that statement because I believed it when he said it. So Big Z, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate you, man. We're going to have you again coming soon. Hopefully we can get you on maybe last weeks of the season potentially.
Sounds great, man. And then I'll reach out to have you guys on my show. So if you guys can jump on a Monday night.
Absolutely. Well, we will definitely schedule that, Big Z.
All right. Sounds good, brothers.
See you, bro. And that
I can't believe you. I cannot believe you.
You disgust me. Because Chase Maedroth and double the at-bats only has 5 points better OPS. Jay, how many stolen bases does Chase have?
I want to say off the top of my head, 8.
You brought up speed. He's got 2.
Yeah, but I said, how many does Weatherholt have?
Hold on. 14.
How many? He has 14. That's why I said Weatherholt's WAR is higher.
You know how many bases Connor Griffin stolen too? And half the at-bats?
14, maybe.
20.
Okay. He's still going to strike out a ton, and he's going to be hurt the rest of his career. So that's what you want to be invested in? Cool, fine, fuck it. But I'm just saying, as far as like a big league player, an everyday baseball player, give me the guy that I could rely on, not a guy that's going to be on the IL. Because I'm not going to lie, Jared Triolo will have more at-bats than Connor Griffin this year.
I'm looking forward to that tweet after this.
If fucking Connor Griffin was who you say he was, Jacob Gonzalez would still be in a White Sox uniform.
Say that again.
If Connor Griffin was the guy that you expect him to be and who you think he is, Jacob Gonzalez would be in a White Sox uniform. Still.
Good enough.
Yes, he would have.
He would have been in AAA.
It doesn't matter. He's still a property of the Chicago White Sox.
That's irrelevant.
No.
Actually, that makes my point better.
How?
Actually, because you didn't draft a player up the middle. So what you had to do, you had to go trade for one. You actually trade for two, technically. The money that you saved in that slot selection, you saved it for two up the middle players. And that is Prosek and Landon Tomey.
Right. But their timelines doesn't really doesn't
really
really line up.
Thank you so much for making my point. No,
I'm not going to do
it. Lines up perfectly because, again,
how?
You're building for the next foreseeable window that's coming up here.
Prosek and whoever the fuck you just said doesn't mean Chase Mydroff is off my team.
No, but he's probably the bench.
He's still on my team. Why Jacob Gonzalez couldn't be on
Which is what I said originally. If in the conversation, I said, going forward, Bonner, I have him at second, and I got Mydroff utility.
Yeah, that's perfect. Let me ask you a question.
Why are you arguing with me?
Let me ask you a question. Do you think Caleb Bonner could be better than Colin Griffin?
Ooh. I like Connor's ceiling still.
Why? What about Connor's ceiling do you like more? The most, I should say.
The whole profile.
What don't you like about Caleb Bonner? What about his profile?
I need to see him driving the ball opposite field more. I do.
So if he swings late like Connor Griffin, you'll be okay with that?
Connor at least showed me that he can spray the ball.
Mm-hmm. What was Connor Griffin's OPS before he hit the IL?
That's a good question. I know he wasn't spraying it.
And this is a short sample size, so it should be inflated.
Very short sample size. 736. 5 points less than Mydroff in his debut season.
Okay. And how many at-bats?
225.
So in 225 at-bats, your superhero can't even crack an 800 OPS. What was stopping him from getting an 800 OPS?
We're about to find out.
Mm-hmm. You know what it was. And it's not a part of Mydroff's game.
We're about to find out. And when I see that tweet,
yeah, I swear to God,
going to my vault.
I need you to screenshot this shit. I need you to put it on the wall. You know what? Do we have a schedule or something? Like, yes, what's coming up next?
You ain't dodging this bullet, buddy.
No, I'm not dodging a bullet. I'm the one shooting the gun. Why would I dodge the bullet?
All right. So we are already at 90 minutes into the show, so
93 minutes and 7 seconds.
I'll let you use that object on yourself. All right. Double cock it, because those are some wild takes. So, White Sox have a crucial series this weekend in Minneapolis. Up until this past week, Jay, actually at the end of the Cubs series, it was the Twins that we were starting to feel coming from their stretch that they were on. Cleveland this past week couldn't stop their streak that they just got on. So now we got the Twins and the Guardians on our back, and we go to Minnesota for a crucial series on the road at Target Field Friday. Okay. It is looking like the pitching matchup is Luis Castillo versus Dean Kremer.
Oh, okay.
Is it Kramer?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's not good enough to where we got to fix his name.
Lately he's been.
Don't do this to me, please.
He's been decent lately.
It doesn't matter.
Game 2 is looking like your favorite, Eric Fetty, starting versus Ober.
That's going to be a fucking slugfest, Gonzo.
Yes, it is. It gets worse.
Oh, my God.
It gets worse.
Urquidy versus who?
Urquidy versus Zebby Matthews, who is probably their best arm right now.
I know, because my boy Joe is hurt.
Joe's hurting me. Thanks, Jay.
So, no, you asked for him and you got him.
That's okay. I need him back. He should be back next week.
Pete Alonso gave me 0 for 4 with a sombrero today.
That's good because he was hot this past week. So you need that because I got both Joe coming back and I got Rome coming back. So
Rome's been nasty in Worcester.
Yeah, you saw that pole swing and that you liked on Twitter, and you're like, "Damn it, Gonzo's got some depth coming back."
The kids call that spank bait.
So, yeah. Sorry, we gotta get back to the series, Jay.
So Larnach's been a little bit hot since coming back to the lineup. Kalen Culpepper, Gonzo, Jesus Christ, he's been on a tear. He's literally been on a tear. Royce Lewis has been healthy. Brooks Lee has been okay. Brooks Lee has been okay the whole year, like just literally okay the whole year. I don't think. Do you think? Do we see Buxton this weekend? You think? I don't think so.
What's the latest on him?
Hurt, obviously.
Oh yeah, but he's got the hip.
Yeah. Minnesota's bullpen doesn't really scare me, although they got my boy Jeff Hoffman in there.
I think we see him though. This is a crucial series for them not to. And Walker Jenkins is getting that debut too.
Right, but we're talking about a Chicago White Sox team that won't face a left-handed pitcher. So Murakami, Montgomery, and Tanachi, Bananas, they should all eat this series. So if you take a look at this Texas, I think it's going to be the same thing as the Rangers series this week, where we're going to need we're going to get a lot of insurance runs, Gonzo. It's just how much are we going to score on Zebby Matthews, because he has been their best arm since Joe went down. That's gonna be the key. I'm not really scared about Dean Kramer because velocity spin doesn't really overwhelm me. He just does a great job with pitch. He's at that age to where he knows what he wants to do to every hitter. You know what I'm saying? He executes his shit. It's just if my guy is looking for it and he gets it. That's what I want. Murakami should put the world back on the map this series.
Sorry, I was looking at the splits for Luis this year versus the Twins.
For Castillo, La Piedra.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
It doesn't matter. Those were his splits in another uniform, not a White Sox uniform. Now you're making me seem like a homer. That Chase Mygroff shit. That Chase Mygroff shit is gonna get me fucking curb stomped on the internet. I don't care. But this La Piedra shit, like I'm serious. Like that was another uniform.
So the home and away is worse on the road.
Why are you telling me this? What, you want me to put my head in the toilet and flush?
This is all bad. The day night, it's a night game tomorrow. The night is worse than the day. And then specifically Minnesota is even worse.
So
all I'm going to tell you is 5 innings pitched, 12 ERA.
Damn.
1.8 whip.
God damn, you got a 1.8 whip in only 5 innings? That means you had no chance of qualifying.
I'm surprised he made 5 innings.
Who do we got after the weekend, the next series?
Well, before we get to that, Jay.
No, because you already fucking scared me away.
Oh man. This is awful, man.
We're coming up on 100 minutes and you're gonna make me shit myself at the end of the show. You couldn't have did this shit like what at the 25-minute mark?
Mm-mm.
Jesus Christ.
So I don't like saying this, Jay. I really don't.
I can't tell.
The Twins, I see taking game 1.
You fucking asshole.
I think the Sox take game 2. It's going to be a bullpen game with Fetty, but I think they take it. Game 3, you're Quiddy and Zebby. I'm sorry, Jay. I got the Twins taking 2 of 3.
And you know how much that hurts my soul because you usually let the schedule. We come up to the schedule segment every fucking show, and you let me talk you into fucking the White Sox winning 2 or 3, or maybe even a sweep. And now here we are against the Twinkies at the end of August, and this is what you do to me. I'm in my feelings.
I don't know who Cleveland's playing this weekend, but I need
see.
you check on that, and I'm going to begin this. So I know I brought the mood down.
No, you didn't. You just fucking told us Gonzo's truth.
Did you say you're taking 2 of 3? They're taking 2 of 3 in Target.
Yeah, the White Sox are taking 2 or 3 in Target.
Okay, so you got 2 for 3. I got them taking 2 for 3. You look for Cleveland. The White Sox.
Cleveland's at home against the Royals this weekend, Friday through.
Yeah, the Royals have been playing decent this past week.
I know Bobby Witt's been good.
He's
Caglianone's healthy.
We need the Royals to put a beating on the Guardians.
Saturday's gonna be the key, Gonzo, because we got Daniel Lynch versus Griffin, Cleveland's Griffin. What's his name? Foster Griffin.
Yeah.
So bullpen day for the Royals, regular scheduled programming for the Tribe on Saturday.
Jay, we stay on the road. Monday is going to be in Houston, and it's looking like K is going up against Lambert. White Sox win game 1, Jay. Game 2. All right, so they stay in Houston for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's a 4-game series.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like 4 games in Houston.
I don't like that shit either.
Tuesday is looking like Sean Burke versus Wesniewski. Hayden's been
okay.
He's been okay. So has Burke. Burke's just been okay lately. So
no, he just had a clunker. Hey, I just want to say. I just want to say, hold on.
Put your homerism back.
No. Because I watched the game yesterday. He did not have anything. He couldn't command anything. Right?
No shit.
He fucking walked 8 guys and still kept us in the game. Think about that. There's no other pitcher in the league that could walk 8 guys and their team still has scoreboard leverage. 100 pitches in 3 innings.
Jay, this is not looking good.
I don't know.
Wednesday's Castillo versus Hunter Brown.
I mean, but what has Hunter Brown been in the second half?
Better than Castillo.
I mean, is that a high bar?
No, it's best for that. What it's going to be for Wednesday.
No.
Thursday is giving me hope. Fetty versus Javier.
Yeah. Okay. So Christian Javier has literally been pitching like Sean Burke.
Mm-hmm. I got the White Sox splitting on the road. Jay, go ahead.
I got the White Sox splitting on the road too because not only does Houston put the ball in play, but they have Yordan Alvarez, who's probably going to win a Triple Crown, Gonzo. Yep. Correct me if I'm wrong. Not only that, nah, I'm not. I'm not. Houston's bullpen has been better of late. Brian Abreu has been terrible for the most part of this year. He's gotten his shit together. Josh Hader is back to normal.
Why would you drop Yainer Diaz? Why? Keep going.
Hold on, wait, no, because I need to get this egg on my face. To all the listeners, I dropped Yainer Diaz in fantasy right when he turned into the hottest form of himself this season.
I was about to trade for him.
Why you didn't tell me that? I wouldn't have dropped him. I would have traded him.
No, I was saying, like, since you trade him, I was going to trade for him from the other team.
Oh, okay. Long story short, the White Sox got their hands full after this Minnesota series. It's not so much the pitching; it's are you going to execute against a lineup that has been hitting? Don't forget, Jose Altuve had a bad year. This week he's been really good.
We might get Kyle Teal back soon with this upcoming week.
Does Kyle Teal move the needle in that Houston series, in your opinion, Gonzo?
Yeah, we got mostly righties.
Yeah, but I mean, Kyle Teal was hitting like $160 before he got hurt again.
I'm still taking that over Romo and
No. I'm in love with the Romo.
Oh man. R.I.P. Joey Bart. All right, Jay.
Bro, literally one White Sox at bat.
You had Homer too, right?
I don't
Did
remember.
I forget that?
I do not remember what Joey Bart did his last White Sox at bat.
I swear he hit a homer. Well, Jay, I've got them a game under for the next week, and you got them a game over with.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, if you lose one game, fine. So be it. You're still in a game and a half above if all things go right.
It's about what Cleveland does is the key, because me and you, Gonzo, we're pretty much even as far as like the results of these next two series, but it won't matter shit if Cleveland wins out. You know what I'm saying? If they win their next two series.
But they need to beat the Twins though, because
we got to beat the shit out of them.
This is it for the Twins. We don't see them at all after this. We see the Guardians. All right, no, take that back. Twins come home next weekend.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we see the Guardians again later. Okay. Jay, I want picks to click.
You to our audience, you see how fucking humble he was. No fucking introduction. Hey, Jay, I want pick to click.
This is picks to click. This is Jay's favorite time of the show.
No, it's not.
He's going to battle back from you and OJ are tied at 2. Me and Slavko are tied at 4. I battled back. Stretch. I won with Braden Montgomery last show. Ain't that exciting, Jay? And
yeah, I did, because I fucking told Ken WO right before the Cubs series, I was like, you're moaning and groaning because you got to start Brayton in fucking fantasy. He's going to live on base the next 2 weeks. And Lord and behold, what happens?
He's living life. So I didn't win by much. I'll be honest with you. It was Braden and
was it my draw? Yeah.
My draw. OJ had my draw, and my draw had 2 extra hits, but Braden had an extra base hit and a home run. So
dude, that fucking I was in the park for that home run. I cannot believe how far that ball went up the Miller Lite landing. That ball was fucking killed, Gonzo.
Smoked. So I'm gonna go with Miguel Vargas, since he's available to me.
Oh wow!
And it looks like Slavko is going with Mooney. OJ has Peters.
Bro, did you see the Spider-Man gif I sent to the group chat?
Yeah,
they sent the same message at the same time, bro.
They must be with each other right now.
I don't know who to pick, Gonzo.
You're in a tough spot.
I am in a tough spot. I'm thinking about picking a pitcher, but fuck, my rotation is depleted. I don't know what my bullpen's gonna look like, because the pitcher
you're either Jay. You're doing this right. You're gonna go with a double start week from Luis Castillo.
No.
Or you're doubling down on Chase Mydroth.
No, I should for that Connor Griffin shit that you said earlier in this. You know what?
And JJ Weatherall.
Give me my draw. I feel like I'm not gonna lie, even though there's no lefties, I feel like my draw is poised to cement himself as the best second baseman in the American League. So pencil that shit in right now.
For our audio listeners, I'm going with Miguel Vargas. Slavko is going with Munetaka Murakami. OJ is going with Tristian Peters, Banana Bonds, others like to say. And Jay is going with the one and only, our fifth slot selection, the first round, Chase Mydroth.
Stroking to the left, stroking to the right, stroking with every pitch that he feels is right.
Stroke it.
That's what he's been doing.
Oh, yeah, we got to make that real. I might just have to clip that, bro.
Nah.
Jay, we are at that time of the show where it is shout outs. Shout out to your internet provider.
Don't do this to me, please. Because I'm literally on 5G right now on my phone. No, but seriously, to kick off the shout outs, like we had a bunch of people birthdays who don't really give themselves recognition. Like, Soraya doesn't really pat herself on the back. Slavko will fucking lie to me in my face and say he's not famous. No, you're famous. And Evie's Guillen, like literally holding the whole fucking family up. You know what I'm saying? She'll never fucking take any credit for the success, but those people are the rocks in our circle. So important, so vital to how we go about our business and how we live our day-to-day lives. So I want to give a shout out to those people because it's not every day that we could take time to celebrate, those people. We live in a society to where work is 80% of our life. We try to make sure that we fit the other 20% or what have you to our family and friends. These are people that are so fucking important to the day-to-day operations, to the people in their lives. And it's amazing that we get to celebrate all of their birthdays in 1 week, like just a cluster of just life anniversary. So I want to give a shout out to you guys. I got to give a shout out to the love of my life, Asia, because she just had invitation or opportunity to donate 170 cookies to an autism charity coming up in October. So she's really excited to do something like that because she feels like she's giving back to something that she holds near and dear. She has a nephew on the spectrum, so at a certain point, you gotta put together material for a cause that's bigger than yourself. And Gonzo, us as men, we sacrifice every day, unconditionally, no holds barred. We have to sacrifice for other people that may not say thank you or may not say, I appreciate you. We sacrifice for those people. And Asia's doing it. Eva's doing it. Soraya does it. Slavko does it. And we get to celebrate those people on our platform. And my heart is so full right now. Like I'm trying not to cry because light skinned men, we like to get emotional and shit. I'm trying not to cry, but I've been waiting all day to give a shout out to those people because they're not gonna celebrate their success. It's just gonna be another day in the office for them. So it's up to us to make sure that they get their roses. So shout out to you guys because it's an honor to celebrate your birthday. It's an honor to celebrate your work, and it's a privilege to be in your circle, in your aura with the people that love you.
So I'm going to begin off with a honorable mention to the celebration of life of Grandpa Slavko.
Oh boy.
Because I didn't get to bring it up last week with everything that went on last week. So
talk about it.
Yeah, Slavko had he's been dealing with a lot lately, and the very little that I do know, it sounds like Grandpa Slavko made quite the impact of Slavko's life and really his journey where he's at right now. His love for sports, that was Slavko's guy that got him on that journey, and I need to double check on Slavko. I'm going to do so, but I really hope that not only the service went well last week, but that him and his family are taking all the steps needed in their recoveries with what they're going through. So sounds like man lived quite the life, and I just wish all the best for Slavko's family, Jay. But again, like what you said too, we had a lot of good things to celebrate. So again, appreciate you shouting out Soraya. We had a good time. I took her to go see the Spider-Man. What is it? The title again? I forgot the title.
Spider-Man's not a real hero, so I didn't go see any of his movies.
Jesus.
Yeah. So I mean, what do you want me to say? I'm glad you and the missus enjoyed the fucking movie, but I don't know. I just don't know.
I'll be honest, I didn't watch every single one of them after I watched the one right after Toby, and then that was it for like the next 2 or 3, and then I kind of circled back to this one because we watched Odyssey a couple weeks ago.
Me and Angel watched Odyssey, a real fucking movie.
But Soraya wanted to see both, so I told her that we would definitely see both. So we watched Spider-Man, then we came home and began the first episode of Reacher. So we're on a binge. And Jay, she hasn't watched Shameless at all, so I think I need to take her on a Shameless journey.
Oh, bro, take her to the west side of Chicago where they filmed it.
Actually, I haven't been there yet.
Dude, do you want to know what one of my favorite parts, not to cut you off, one of my favorite parts of Ozzy's ceremony?
What?
When we were walking into the gate and we were talking shit about people and Soraya was just fucking laughing her ass off.
Bro, that was uncalled for. The people that are just staring at us, just like fucking contemplating life in that long ass line.
Bro, it was so hot, and it was like thousands of people going into, what was that, gate 3, I believe?
Yeah.
It was like gate 3, and then you seen the people on the concourse like taking pictures and videoing us. I was like, fuck you guys, fuck you.
Get these fucking beggars out of here.
These peasants.
Oh man. But yes, shout out to my beautiful Soraya. We are under 4 months to the wedding date.
You're excited.
Fastly approaching. I gotta order. I gotta pay for my tux. I got some things I gotta take care of.
So for all the audio listeners, Gonzo's color for his wedding is green. I just bought a green Nike Tech jumpsuit that I'm gonna wear, and I'm gonna look like a drug dealer at his wedding.
Can you just get like a rose and put it?
Yeah, I am. I am.
Fair enough. I'm wearing brown shoes if you're gonna think about spicing it up.
All black Air Force Ones.
Oh God. I don't even know how to explain Jay at my own wedding. I'm gonna be like, I don't know that guy.
And I'm giving probably about a 45-second speech, probably a minute speech, depending on how much I drink. Yeah,
it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
I'm excited.
So yeah, and then last but not least, or no, actually I got 2 more. You mentioned Ibis. Again, we gotta wish the missus the best. I don't know how, dealing with OJ his whole life, 40 years, but she raised one beautiful family. I just love every part of the Guillen family. Shout out to Ibis. She's the best. I don't know. We would not be sitting here if it wasn't for, the Guillen family. So all of our love goes to Ibis. And last but not least, Big Z. Big Z.
He was fucking awesome tonight.
I don't know how he lasted 95 minutes.
That's what she said.
Easier. Jay. It's that time of the show, Jay. We talked a little bit about everything. We needed it after last week. That was a shit show, but we always bounce back. I got to line up for next week. Stay tuned for next week, folks.
Oh boy.
I got to try to get Elijah back, man. It's been a busy schedule for Elijah.
I miss him.
We got to get our annual breakdown in. before things get interesting with.
He's famous now. You know that, right?
I know, that's just him and Nate, famous people.
Growing up.
They're growing up. But tune in, guys. Tune in next week's show. Hopefully I can lock it down with Elijah with his busy schedule and lock it down, get him on with us for a farm system breakdown. It's coming soon. Stay tuned and keep your eye on your notifications for YouTube as the Blackout is coming to you. Thank you for tuning in and watching the Blackout Show.